Hi, this is my video on the Griffin WindowSeat, or known as a window shield or dashboard mount for smartphones. It's a phone holder. Now I bought this off Amazon for £10 and I'll go around the box. As I go around the box, we have a picture of the actual holder here with a very old, looks like an HTC phone, if you remember them. So it's got a picture of that, and the other phone looks like some sort of Samsung phone, and then we have the iPhone 5 there. So that's what we get at the front with the words window seat, windshield or dashboard mount for smartphones, and basically in French here. I think it is in French. And then we have Griffin, the words Griffin here, and the words mobile, smartphone, compatible down in the corner there. Now on the side here, it shows you the, and I'll turn, best way to do is turn it that way. It shows you the actual measurements of the phones it takes. Now, if you look here, it says here the height of the phone. Now, the maximum height is 136 millimeters. It takes as a maximum height. Now, folks, about this mount, if you've got any of the plus phones, that means the iPhone pluses, the Samsung S pluses phones, the iPhone XR and the Max, they will not fit in this holder. So if you've got any of them large smartphones, including the Notes as well, they will not fit in this. So any large phone larger than, I'll bring it close to the camera there, 136 millimeters, sorry, in height will not fit in this holder. This is strictly for phones that are no more than that. So that's the minimum height of the phone it would take is 103. So between these two measurements here, it can take a phone. So your large phones will not fit in this holder. Now for the width of the phones, we have another measurement here, and the maximum width it takes is 87 millimeters. The minimum width is 47 millimeters. I keep getting that wrong. I'm sorry about that. So that's the maximum width it would take of a phone and the minimum width. So between those two. It also states on here at the side, so I'll bring that closer to the camera. See, maximum 136 millimeters or 5.3 inches, or minimum of 103 millimeters and 4.0 inches, and width 87 millimeters and 3.4 in inches, and minimum again is 47 millimeters and 1.9 inches. And it just says basically what the mount is for, made for, and it just takes you there. That's in different languages. And on that side, it just tells you the same thing, but in another language about the sizes. Now on the back here, which shows you the mount, shows you your phone, and in your car, it shows you the mount when it's seated on the dashboard like so. It shows you how the different buttons are on the side, but I'll show you that later in the video on what they're used for. And basically the cable holder that's built in, so I'll show you that. So that's what you get on the back. And on the side here, just a strictly line diagram. I'm showing you the different mounting options that you get with it and the quick release function of the cradle itself. Now this is what you get in the box. You starting off with the manual, you get a large manual leaflet here. It's in several different languages, including English. So that's what you get here. Then you get the mount itself. Now this is the mount for the dashboard or for the window. So we get the main body of the mount, and then we get the actual holder is next here, so or cradle. And then we have a mount for your dashboard. Now this is the dashboard plate. So you have the dashboard plate, and we have a 3M sticker for the dashboard plate. Now going with the dashboard plate first, it is made out of a thin piece of plastic, shiny on the front here with the Griffin logo in the center. And on the back here, it has a recess in the middle, and that's to put this 3M sticker on there. But I'll show you later in the video how to install this and the reason why I wouldn't install this in my car. So now we have the main arm and body of the dashboard mount, or windscreen mount. And what we got here is a nice rubber suction cup on the back here, and we have the adjustment for the suction cup here, which is this lever, which you obviously moisten this side to put onto the window screen, and then you push down on the lever like so, which creates a cup in the middle to fasten it to your window screen or to the dashboard plate, and you can release it just like so. On the back here we have a cable mount here, and that's to thread your cable through, so it's a cable clip, and I'll show you that later on in the video how that is. And we have a ball socket or ball mount here, and that's to fit the cradle on, and this is made of plastic and with a coating of rubber around it. Now this does not move, you can't angle this. This is in set in a 45-degree angle, so this is not movable at all. Next we have the cradle itself here, and it has the logo of Griffin in the middle, and it's a kind of triangular shape. We have rubber pads on the bottom here for the corner bottom of your phone, and at the top here we have a rubber pad there. Now on the back, on the back here we have the words WindowSeat, which this item is, and just some writing here, basically Griffin technology, assembled in China and designed in Nashville. We have written there. We have the actual socket for the ball part of the mount for this to fit through, and we have a nut here to tighten and release the actual socket. And as you can see, it is screwed together with 6 screws right round, and the whole entire thing, including the actual main body here, is made of plastic. I'm going to show you how to assemble it. What you need to do first is to take this nut off, and you're going to place this nut over the ball joint. And now we're going to put the ball joint into the socket, so you're going to have to push these together. It takes a bit of force and it will clip in together. And now we screw that nut on. Be careful not to cross thread it, because if you cross thread it, remember the whole of this item is made out of plastic. And once we've done that, that is it. It is assembled. Now I'm going to show you these buttons on the side to place your phone in. Now when you press down on the top button, releases this top clamp, and when you take your finger off, as you can hear there, it fastens it. So do that. So first of all, you need to release the top clamp, Then we release the bottom clamps. So when you press down on that button, these clamps move out together, as you can see, like that. Now I'm going to use my iPhone SE, and if I take that off, and now you can push in and now push down, and now that is clamped in. That phone is now clamped in, and as you can see, its initial orientation is portrait mode, so it holds your phone upright like so. Now if you want it in landscape, you simply turn and you've got it in landscape. So now I'm going to show you how it looks like in the vehicle. Now this is how your phone looks on the window screen with the Griffin windscreen mount, or window seat as it's called. And as you can see, it initially holds your phone in a portrait position. Now if you want to have it in landscape position, you simply turn it like so, and now we've got the landscape position there. So it's a simple turn, and if you want to turn it back, simply turn it, and we got it back into portrait position. Now at the side here, as you can see, this clip here holds your wire. Now you don't have to put your wire in there if you don't want to, but it holds your wire in a loop here, or in a clip, and you can bring your wire around to the bottom or to the side, whichever orientation you have your phone in. Now these two buttons here, as I explained, this is the adjustment for the top. So you put your phone in and this is the adjustment for the bottom. So you put your phone in, make the adjustment for the bottom, so by holding down this button and squeezing these together. So you're going to have one hand pushing this button and the other hand squeezing them two together. And the same for the top. You just simply press down on that button and just move down the top part, and then that's it. It will clip your phone in. So that's how it looks. And the main clip here obviously is to make sure the suction is clipped. So when it's fastened to the window, you push down this clip here and it will fasten the suction mount to the window. Now this is how the mount looks from the driver's side. So as I showed you before, that how it looks on the passenger side, this is how it looks on the driver's side when you have it. So, and this is having it towards the center of the window. And as you can see, you don't have the buttons, the adjustment buttons on this side. They are on the passenger side only, as I showed you. Now if you don't want your mount to go on the window, you can place it on the dashboard. Now it all depends on what kind of dashboard you have. If you have more of a sloping dashboard like what I've got in this car here, it's a bit difficult and a bit tricky to put it on there. But if your dashboard's more flat at the top and not more of a slope, then you can put it onto your dashboard. And this is how you do it. The first plate, which I showed you already, you have this plate here, you turn it round, and then you have the sticky mount. You peel back here the white backing, and then you stick the sticky mount onto there. Once you've done that, make sure it's central in the middle. Then you remove the green backing here. Once you remove the green backing, you place on your dashboard the mount, and it should look like that. Now once that is on your dashboard, you simply take the suction mount here and you place it on top here. And the same how you fasten the suction cup to the window there, you do the same here. So you have to moisten it a bit, place it on top of this plate here, and then press down the button at the back here, like what I showed here, what I showed you here, and then you place that, and then you can have it car mounted up. Now obviously it's going to be standing upright when you have it car mounted. Me personally would have it mounted on the dashboard. I would just personally have it mounted on the window, because I have previous experience when I've mounted mounts on a dashboard, not in this car but in another car. When it came to removing this mount, even though I used a piece of thread to remove the mount by having the thread and just pulling the thread across to remove the mount, the stickiness due to time and the heating conditions and the cold conditions left a kind of gummy film on the mount on the dashboard, which to me had stained the dashboard. So personally I would rather have rings on the window here where the mount has been, and you can just use a window cleaner solution to get rid of that, than to have a kind of gummy ring on the mount on your dashboard from this kind of mount, because it is painstakingly to get rid of. It's not easy to get rid of, and when you do get rid of it, somehow it leaves a kind of stain there. So personally, mount it on the window. That's what I would do. Now this is my 2p worth on the Griffin WindowSeat. Now if you're looking for a nice simple clamp or windscreen mount for your phone, for especially phones about this size, not specifically just this iPhone, but phones around this size, it is not a bad clamp. If you're looking for phones which are larger, clamps for which are larger, this is not the item for that. This is only for small phones. So if you have a small phone or you're a person who likes small phones, this is a good phone mount to have, car phone mount to have. It's lightweight, it's built okay, not solid. I wouldn't say solid, the arm is solid, but the actual mount itself here, the phone holder, is kind of okay. For £10 it's not bad, and because it's Griffin, most things that fail when it comes to these car phone mounts is the suction cup. Now you know with Griffin you're going to get a very good suction cup on there. You probably can get this, not this specific one, but you can get cheaper versions of this, but it's the suction cup. After a while they give out, especially being on a windscreen, because of the hot and cold conditions. That plastic normally becomes brittle, or it becomes hard, it loses its stickiness, it just totally gives up. So for a good solid phone mount that's going to last long, you can't go wrong with this for £10. Now the only negative thing I've got about this phone mount has to be that it's only limited to, once again, small phones. It is only limited to that. You cannot put large phones in there. Trust me, I have tried with a iPhone Plus and it does not fit. It can fit that way, but it can't fit the top clamp. So it can fit across the bottom, but not with the top. So it has to be phones roughly just a bit bigger than the iPhone 5 or iPhone SE. Your 6 can fit in here. So iPhone 6s and iPhone 7s can fit in here. Your standard phones can fit in, but the Plus phones, the Max phones, the XRs, they cannot fit in here. So be aware of that. But otherwise, it is not a bad phone mount to have, and especially by Griffin. Now, if you've got this particular phone mount, please leave a comment down in the comment section what you thought about it, because your opinions could be different to my opinion on this. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, give it a thumbs down. I understand. Thanks for watching, and oh yes, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.